On it. Line's good. Line's good. $14.2.
One.
Line's nice. Line's great. $13.5. $13.5. Back 12.
Yeah. Yeah. Know that feeling.
Line's a hair tighter than Dez's.
I think so. Their side seems
Yeah.
similar.
It's like 12. 12.9. I don't know, but this will be close-ish. Yeah. They have 15 and change.
$3.5. Yeah.
Make sure I'm nice and positive here. Just me. Just not close to me.
Both sides look more similar. I think because we're.
They have
between
15 and change.
pillars,
Should be pretty good.
a little more even on both sides. 14.5. I think you can drag it too.
Yeah, I felt like I kicked a little big, so I kind of held on. Yeah, a couple feet.
Yeah. So 14.5 to 15 will be okay. It's all cleaned up now.
I think it's all there. Have a look. Whoa. Get it quick. Sorry, guys. What's the time on that? 14.6? Good judge. Really good judge. Yeah.
Really good throw. Lock it in.
Okay, right on the pin.
3 inches.
14.5.
It's good that you don't have a mic. I think the dad's got booted. Oh. What?
Not if you heard that.
Still has to bend.
Okay, good job, ladies. Yeah, I think you still have to.
What'd you get?
I think you still have to.
Yeah. Never caught the curl.
Okay, good job, girls.
Good curling. Good curling.
Good game.
Good
Good
curling.
game.
Good
Good game.
curling.
Good game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 15 is fine
What'd you say?
because I threw pretty much the same
got
weight
kicked
and
out
they
already?
went flying.
I think so.
I think both sides are curling less.
My dad takes off his
Previous
jacket. It's just covered in
So
sweat.
just watch it. Maybe it'll start to break down a little bit.
Why they got kicked out?
And both sides look more even than the other sheets too.
Yeah.
If it's a guard, do we want to go open side?
Yeah. I don't even like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that sign.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, like.
Sorry, you said 14.6 was my last one? But we just let it die, though. Yeah. Okay. For sure.
For sure. Like this game is just a continuation of last game.
Yeah. Both mentally and physically.
Leave it go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Back in
3
here
strokes
for
ago.
draw number 8 of the Crown of Curling here in Kamloops. Jordan Kiss with you. It is a big matchup here. Team Hudyma versus the home team, Team Brown. Still lots to be decided here. Team Brown 4-0. They have secured themselves a spot in the playoffs, but for Team Hudyma, they need a win and some help. To get into a tiebreaker as the first rock from Patty Wallenham comes through the rings. My name is Jordan Kiss here with you. It's again the Crown of Curling presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best
White
Western, the
nice.
official hotel of Curl BC.
Have a look. Okay. Yep. Looked like you're skating better
And
than
with
that.
the first rock coming through, Team Brown is going to throw the
Okay,
corner
Ash.
card.
18 on that.
Ashley Klimchuk, the lead here for Team Brown. Patty has another chance to redeem herself here.
Lots of room.
Now, Team Brown does have the hammer
It's
based
not a
on the
bend.
draw to the button at the end of practice.
Jenna. Yep. Hard, yep. Go, Jenna, bend it. Yep. What was a 5? 5.
And we'll come to the top of
10.
the four and a hit and roll opportunity here for Ashley. It's the first time these two teams have met this
Whoa.
season.
Yep. Yes, 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 yes.
And their last meeting was
Whoa.
over
Okay, you're good
in
for nose.
January at the BC Scotties, where Team Brown came
Nice
out on
weight.
top 7-6. Team Brown finishing at second at the Scotties last year to Sarah Wark. And it's Jenna Duncan, the second here for Team Hudyma. It's a Yukon front end here. Both Patty and Jenna from the Yukon. Both played in a Scotties for the Yukon alongside Sarah Colton.
Yes, no roll.
And
9-5.
now living down here in BC as they have been for a few years. And they will hit and roll out, leaving Team Brown the chance to draw around the corner guard. And it's the second Desiree Hawes. She'll throw her first, a multi-time BC Junior Women's Champion.
Yep.
Playing with
Mike.
Corinne Brown,
Yep.
as well as Sarah Daniels.
Okay. Yep. Hard. Hard.
And they'll just skip. I think they touched it a hair, but it's looking quite nice here.
Okay.
And they will come to the 8-foot buried.
14-7 on that. 14-7.
And both skips are mic'd up for this one. I won't apologize for anything they say here, because it could happen. You never know. It's curling. We're all adults here.
Yep.
So they're going to play the corner freeze.
Yep. Where? Yep. Yep. Hey, whoa. 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 Yep. 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 Hard. Yep. Okay.
And it is made. We'll tap the red one a little bit.
Back line.
Yellow one is still a
Okay.
shot rock.
All right, we'll watch it.
So current action maybe Desiree for back line weight.
It's really high. What's that? Okay. Play it for nose if you get back line.
So we're gonna go back line weight here. Trying for the nose. You know, Corinne said there that the guard was high enough. Then, you know, you can come around. It's definitely curling a lot towards the wings as well. But very easy to jam the yellow into the red here.
Yep. Hard. 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 Roll the shooter hard. Hard, roll the shooter. Go, go, go.
And they will hit their guard and will roll to the center line. So a chance for Team Hudyma now to draw in.
It's okay.
Heather Hansen,
13-4.
the third.
Yeah. Probably maybe a bit more ice too.
Yeah, line. Hard line. Yep.
So on early for line here. Just playing to come around.
Okay,
This
wall
ice
line.
has a lot of finish to it.
Let it die.
So once across the hog line here, you see it's just going to take the curl.
It's gonna die.
That one stays a little straighter. And we'll come pop out on the other side there on the button, as you can see again. We'll take the curl. Mike Merklinger, the ice tech here this weekend at the Kamloops Curling Club.
Hack.
So they're going to go hack weight here. Maybe try to come to the nose. I think that's the call. Trying to nose, maybe a little inside roll. Aaron Pincott.
Whoa. Whoa.
Aaron and
Close.
Corinne have been playing together for a long time. Won a
Close. Straight.
Canadian Junior Championship together.
Hard. Okay. It's just gonna nose. Just nose. Just nose. Okay. Good weight,
And
Aaron.
they will come to the nose.
Good weight. It did.
So there is a double if Team Hudyma wants to go after it.
Jenna. Whoa, straight, straight. Bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it. Okay.
So that one again will come to nose, and maybe now there's a yellow double here. I don't think so, because it looks like it will. The yellow will jam on the red.
I think you air thin.
Not a lot of room to roll behind
Do you want to
here.
try it? You might jam. You might jam.
You might jam. I think it's almost, you try the double, it's a guaranteed jam. So they're going to try the same weight here, try to get to the inside. Will be the last of the third rocks.
Yep. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Yep. Roll, Ash. Go, Ash. Go. Go, Ash. Go, go, go.
They
That's
will
good.
roll to the side here. So right now, sitting shot stone is Team Brown.
Just a smidge more weight is all it was.
Is there enough room here to possibly get a double?
It's pretty tough not to jam the double, I think. Like, nice throw. That was a nice
So
pause.
Lindsay Hudyma will head down to throw her first. This team out of the Vancouver Curling Club.
A little bit more. I thought it
Hey,
was
hit and
pretty
roll.
cool.
Control weight.
I swear, I stayed a little closer.
The
the first one.
So they're just gonna hit and roll here, just behind the center.
Rolls a little bit, I'll have it.
So you take the red one out with it, added bonus.
Yep. Yep. Yes! Yes! Hard! Roll!
Do you think so? Okay.
That's sweet.
Peel?
They will roll, and they're gonna
But you're gonna be in a good
attempt the
spot
double
anyway.
here.
It'll dead jet
Again,
that.
still looks like it's gonna straight jam.
I think you'll be close.
Maybe hit
Even
a.
if it does jam the blanks,
I might get it over.
A little thinner than half, like a third.
Scrin there saying that even with the jam, it does bring the blank into play.
Like a third. A third. It's loud. Whoa! Close!
They will get one, and they will hit the yellow one. I was punched in the open, and it is
Controlling.
shot rock right now, but Team Hudyma just going to hit the open one here. Force Corinne to draw for her single.
You like 9
I did
on
mention
here?
it at the top of the broadcast that Team Hudyma needs a win and some help to
Yeah,
qualify
let's
for the
crush that.
playoffs.
9-5,
Just
yeah.
double checking the standings here. Unfortunately, they will not be able to make the playoffs. There's 10 teams here on the women's side.
I think it's worth a shot.
You know, 5 per pool, 5 teams in
With
2
a
pools.
9-5.
You play 5 games, 4 in your pool,
Just
1
'cause fresh
crossover.
ice out here.
So Crane Brown has their spot 4-0. Team Hudyma 1-3. So they won't make it. When we get started the second end, I'll kind of explain the games going on right now and the scenarios that could happen and who's on the bubble and who's on the outside looking in right now. Very important last draw here in Kamloops at the Crown of Curling. So an open hit here. Have to stick to force Corinne to 1.
Yep, 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 yep. Yep.
They will make it get a little roll
I
into
chose
the
that
8
one.
foot.
That's sweet.
So just a nose hit.
Nice 10 yards.
And you'll score your 1. The hometown team, Corinne Brown, beloved here by the Kamloops Curling Club.
Nice 10 here.
Yeah.
Right on the beak is good.
It did. Yeah.
Oh! Whoa!
Again, just needs to hit on the nose, and they will roll to the 4th, but it'll be a score of 1 for Team Brown here in the first inning. They'll take the early 1-0 lead. More action, plus again on the updates on the games going on and who's on the outside looking in on the playoff picture coming up right after this.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Jordan Kiss back with you inside the Kamloops Curling Club Crown of Curling. Draw number 8 here. An important game, almost every sheet. Start over at sheet 1. Team Craig, Team Carter. Men's is a triple knockout format. It's do or die for all the men's games here. Win, you go to the playoffs. Lose, your weekend is over. So Team Craig versus Team Cotter over on sheet 1. And sheet 2, it's Team Wood versus Team Yusui of Japan. Sheet number 3, it's Team Han versus Team Wark. Team Han sitting at 3-1. Sarah Wark sitting at 4-0. So Sarah Wark has a spot in the playoffs. Corinne Brown and Sarah Wark are the only two teams that have safely
Might as well go
clinched. Team Han 3-1. The other team that's chasing them in their pool is Team Pierce, who are playing over
Little bit,
on
yeah,
sheet
but
7 against Diane Gushalak.
Not to do that.
So
Wasn't very
for it to be a
positive.
tiebreaker there, Melissa Pierce needs to win, and CU Han needs to lose, and there will be a tiebreaker on the A side for the final spot. Top 2 teams in each pool will make the playoffs. And over on sheet number 5, it's Team Richards versus Diana Margaregan of Russia. Both those teams are still in it. They need to win. And then, so important game for both those two teams. And then over on sheet 8, it's Team Thompson versus Team Ebby. If Team Ebby's 1-3, Team Thompson is 2-2. If Team Ebby defeats Team Thompson, there will be a 3-way tie for the last playoff spot in Group B, and then they will require 2 tiebreakers. So still lots to be decided. If there are 2 tiebreakers, the first one will go tonight at 10:30, and the next one will go tomorrow morning at 9. And the last game to update you on over on sheet 6, more men's action C block do or die. Team Richard versus Team Jonice. Team Jonice has a 2-0 lead on that one as they play the second end. So lots of games going on. I'll do my best to update you on all the action and then review these playoff scenarios. That's a lot to take in there.
Good spot, Ash. It's good.
Back to our feature game here. See, last rock
Might need
for
more ice there.
Ashley Klimchuk. It'll come just off
Good throw,
center,
Ash.
and Team Hudyma's going to go around their yellow guard.
Got room. Line's good. It's gotta die. 4-5.
So that will come to rest on the tee line. Second stones now, Desiree Hawes.
Whoa. Go, yeah, you can go, you can go. You can go. No, line's good, straight. Hard, you guys.
They're on it to keep it straight now. It's again, once it crosses the center line, it's going to take off. This is the 8th game I've seen on this sheet, and the ice hasn't changed too much. It's been difficult to read, to put the broom in.
Here's okay too.
You know, you really have to be aware of where you're putting
Good
the
weight,
broom.
Des.
We've seen a lot of times rocks over curl, and sometimes the rock doesn't even curl at all. So very tricky here. So I'm just going to hit this one in the 8-foot. And if you do nose, I believe you will sit 2. So maybe a little roll in, just to make sure.
Heather. Oh, hard. Okay.
Will hit and will stick around for a 3rd shot.
11-2.
And Corinne's going to use it to roll in behind the center guard. This is the Crown of Curling. 4th event of 5 on the BC Women's Curling Tour. Presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western. Tour points up for grabs, where teams could
Okay.
team with the most points on the BC Tour on men's and women's will receive an automatic spot in provincials in Cranbrook in January. As well, this being a World Curling Tour event, CTRS points on the line as well. And again, the team with the most CTRS points that hasn't already qualified through provincials through the BC Tour will receive an automatic berth. So allows you to avoid the playdowns process. Of course, both these teams played some events in Alberta. Team Brown was in Saskatchewan a few weekends ago.
11.
And they'll have more opportunity to get some CTRS points because Corinne Brown will be playing at the Tier 2 event at the Tour Challenge on the Grand Slam of Curling circuit in Nova Scotia very shortly. That is a huge opportunity for them. Not only for experience, but maybe a chance if they win the Tier 2 event, they will get a spot in the next Grand Slam event. Of course, right now the Masters happening right now over in Ontario. There's Aaron Pincott. Hits and rolls away. There's still Team Hudyma sitting 1 on the edge of the 4-foot. Heather Hansen, the lefty now, will throw. Lovely shot there from Heather. Right on the tee line. Buried, but a chance for Team Brown here to sit right back on top of it here and freeze and really shrink that scoring area down and make it tough for Team Hudyma to score their 2.
For line. It's got to sit. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
So a little heavy. Will knock the yellow one closer to the mid. Looks like it's back button, which could be an advantage for Team Brown.
Line was good.
The Team Hudyma are going to hit and roll away. Try to sit third. Not a lot of room to roll to sit third shot. Of course, the red foot in the top of the 8-foot there could outcount it.
I thought the weight on your first one was actually close. It was just the throw.
Don't want to nose or roll in.
Yeah.
Roll in, you leave a nice pocket there for Corinne to draw to.
Yep.
Nose, again, hit and roll.
Hard. Yes. Hard. Yes. Hard. Roll hard. Yep. That's sweet.
That is a great shot. Nice line call from Lindsay.
That's ballsy, yeah. With like hard weight. Peel.
So they're gonna try it here, maybe make a double out of this.
Do you want less than that or is that close?
That was good. Yeah.
Peel weight.
So peel weight, it's a little flat here. I think most likely you're gonna punch this yellow
Peel
one
weight,
here just to
try to get over
12
it.
foot.
No.
Peel weight here for Corinne. Get the 1 and roll over, and they will get the 2, and it will hang around in the 12-foot.
Okay.
Just like I predicted. I'm kind of shocked that prediction kind of came true.
Curled hair, I thought.
That's better.
So right now, Team Brown sitting the 1.
It'll really come at the end.
See where this goes.
Really didn't think that I was actually going to stick around the 12-foot. I figured she was going to make it, but makes me look better, doesn't it? So again, tap and hit and roll away.
Just hack.
I didn't grab a cup, so I mercy to the water fountain. Probably could have gone on it.
I think I need a little more ice. No? You like it? Yeah, they have been.
About that, yeah.
Okay. I'll just make sure I have a crisp release.
I got a lot of action.
Okay.
First rock for Lindsay here in 2. And try to bump it up. Maybe a little roll away is what you want.
I think so, yeah. Des is actually curled pretty good there.
Jenna? Jenna! Jenna!
We'll roll to the 4-foot. So still
I
sitting
think this
2.
10 is good. Yeah.
So chance 2 for Corinne now. Again, hit and roll behind. If you can bury, it's going to be a really tough
Couple inches, yep.
shot for 2 for Lindsay. It won't be an easy one to
Back
score.
up.
Yeah, it's better if it rolled a little
You
bit away.
Just nice 10 here, Des.
Yeah, you can't roll
just
further than
bite
We
the
can,
side of the
yeah.
button here. It's right there. There where that almost perfect circle is. This will be tough for Lindsay to get out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're on it early.
Whoa! Whoa! No!
Desiree on the right, Ashley on the left. Maybe close, and they'll roll too far. Or roll to the open. Maybe just lost it at the end.
Same thing. Control. Like an 11.
Never thought you could roll too much there.
I think is good.
Shoot.
An open hit for 2 here for Lindsay.
It's not for a turn. Darn it. I didn't think you'd overroll that, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was definitely down. I thought it was a little soft.
Hey, just control.
Right on my head.
Like an
Two's not the
11's
end of the world.
okay here.
It was looking like more, so. I think we might have to be a bit careful on switching.
Yeah, 10-5 to 11.
Time and then sweep, like on desert kind of thing. I think we might have got a bit, well, not that it made that much of a difference, but you know what I mean. She didn't come close to the guard though either. Still.
Oh. Whoa!
And that one just gets by the yellow guard. And right on the nose. And a score 2 for Team Hudyma here in the second end. They have the 2-1 lead. And we'll be right back with the third end here from Kamloops. Ground of curling after this.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never back down, full of heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
They go tight, I think we go around. Does that work? Okay, keep it up.
This force here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
all set to get the third end underway here. Scored 2 for Team Hudyma in the second. Team Brown will have the hammer. Probably Wallenham getting us started here. Kamloops Crown of curling, draw number 8, last draw before the playoffs. Jordan Kiss with you. And again, we'll go through a quick run through of
Okay, top 4 then.
some of the updates right now. We'll start over in Pool A, which these two teams are in here. So, two teams to
No,
watch
just
is
top
Team
4.
Han over on sheet 3. If they win, they are in the playoffs. And then if they lose and Team Pierce wins,
4-4.
there'll be a tiebreaker between those two teams. So right now, Team Han playing Team Work in a crossover game. Work is up 3-1 as they start the third end. And Team Gushlak is up on Team Pierce. 2-0 as they play end number 2.
Last time she just
And over to Pool B.
out of her hand for the number, so she
Carla
just,
Thompson,
3, I'll know.
it's all in her hands. She wins, no tiebreakers. She will get the second
I don't
spot
think you need to go. Good, Ash.
in Pool B. If she loses to Team Ebby, there will be a three-way tie for the last spot. That will be guaranteed. It's either Thompson makes the playoffs or a three-way tie for the second spot. So that will require 2 tiebreakers. So right now, Team Thompson is up 2-0. And the team that's also keeping a close eye on that, Team Richards, that's Team Magdalene over on sheet 5.
Line's been
Both
tight.
those teams need to win that game to have a chance. Richards is up 2-0 as they play the second end.
Yeah. Hey, whoa, then.
Lots going on here. Hopefully you are able to follow along.
6-2.
If you want to check it out for yourself, you can go to curlingzone.com. And on to the men's. Of course, winner go home games. Sheet 1, Team Cotter, Team Craig. Team Craig is up 4-0 after a 4-ender in the first end. That would be a big upset over
Line's a
there.
little tight.
And sheet 2, Team Wood
Yep.
and Team Yusui are tied at 1 as they play 3 in sheet 6.
Whoa.
Team Joni's up 2-0 over Team Richard.
Here's okay.
So that rock from Ashley will
you want
slide
it,
to
Beth?
the back house,
Yeah.
just biting in the back of the 12.
You like that? Okay.
So they're going to maybe play a center guard or even go around. There's a lot of ice here. So we're on to the second rocks.
Okay. Line's good. Okay, line's good. Okay, switch. Hard Patty. Hard Patty. Yep. 5-7.
That will come to the top of the 8-foot, but it is wide open.
Get the roll.
You could play double. They're going to play
Yeah.
a roll.
10.
Might catch the yellow one at the back of the 4.
5-7.
They're not going to try. It'll be a nice bonus.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Close. Yep. Yes. Hard. Really hard.
And we're playing for the double now. Get 1. And they'll stick it as we'll roll to the red one there at the back to 12.
Yeah, we was fine.
But it is behind the corner guard, which again could be advantage
curl
for
more, I thought, Des.
Team Brown. Something to freeze to. Still a little lower. Do like if they want to sit behind the corner guard, need to be a little higher. They're just going to hit the open one here. Jenna Duncan. Update over on sheet 7. Diane Gushalak, a steal of 3 and 2. She holds a 5-0 lead over Team Pierce, who needs a win to have a chance at the playoffs.
Hey, good shot.
And we'll roll partially behind here. And with those two yellows being in the 12-foot, Corinne's going to draw behind the corner, because if she does, she will be shot.
Whoa! Close the line! Okay, come to the back one then. Yep. Whoa!
Sand's heavy, so they're going to play a freeze to the back here.
Okay, Des.
And we'll come to the back. So it is the red sitting 1 right now.
Yeah. 14-5 on that.
Now they're going around these.
Okay, it's going.
They're going to go around the corner. Usually without the hammer, you avoid going around corner guards, especially this, maybe wait. Sometimes you'll wait till skip rocks. You don't want to do it, especially on lead rocks, you don't want to go around the corner. But they're going to opt to go here. You could go around the 2 yellows and sit in the 4-foot. I think it's a little more difficult draw. Of course, there's no backing.
Line's okay.
Real different path. Try to keep it straight here and sit for shot, and they will.
4-3.
So Team Brown gonna put one right back on it. Her first in the third end.
Ash, you gotta go. Hard Ash, you gotta go. Hard Ash, you gotta go, Ash. You gotta go. Gotta go.
So we'll come to the top of the 8-foot.
15-5.
It is currently shot, but it is open here for Team Hudyma. Chance to roll. See it there. About 3/4 of it. Chance to roll behind the yellows and bring play back a little bit towards the middle.
Yep. Whoa.
This one's gonna curl a little bit. Will hit the red, but will roll out. So same shot here for Team Brown.
Same thing. Do you want less ice?
And we're gonna take a hair less here.
It could have been more like an 11-5, the way that reacted.
Line's good.
Yeah.
Close the line. Yep. Whoa. Got a curl. It's got a curl.
5-2.
Whoa.
That is a lovely rock from Aaron.
Can you just freeze on it?
Sorry, I didn't realize it was that deep.
We'll come to the back of the tee line.
Okay. Here more.
15-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great throw.
Hey, freeze on it. Yeah.
Okay, so your hands here.
Yeah. Who's 15?
That throw was a bit more pure.
So for Team Hudyma here,
Yeah, there's just a hair in how it kind of just tracked for a while.
try to
there.
freeze to this red one
Yeah,
that Aaron just threw.
It's the second one.
Gotta bend a lot. Gotta bend.
So just waiting for it to curl. It's a little
Bend
heavy
it.
here. And it will slide on by.
Sorry, guys.
And Team Brown still sitting the one.
Too much.
No, yeah, go right there. And all Lindsay might have would be the draw on the yellows, but that will bring 3 into play.
I don't hate that.
It's not a bad call here. You know, you go around the corner, you make it. Lindsay has to make an absolute shot to perfection on her last to force. Doing this, you know, brings 3 into play as well. You go behind the corner. You know, safe to say, most you're going to get is 2. So you're going to see.
Yeah, just a bit. There you go.
Have a chance to set yourself up a chance to score 3.
Yeah, 15-5 should be really close here.
First rock for Team Brown in the 3rd end. You need to go on it for weight. It's going to be close. Jeepers working hard. And that is a fantastic sweep from Ashley and Desiree.
Great sweep, you guys.
Get
Really
there
good.
from second shot. That was all of them.
Ooh, they got that a lot further than I thought they were going to.
Jenna!
What was the time there? Jesus.
Looks to be completely buried.
Like, you know, it's like,
I don't even mind
Yeah,
back
I think
line,
it's
because you
gonna
just
go
gotta
around.
get it to there. Okay. So I can
So looks
throw
like they're
the
just
same weight.
trying to back line weight. You know, punch it out
had
that
here.
way.
It needs to go a little
And
further.
so pretty much right now they're,
Yeah, that should be
for
good.
Team Hudyma, just trying to force Corinne to 2. So you just gotta, you know, move that right one that Corinne just threw, just, you know, a few
So
feet
you just back line.
to make sure
and then
it's
roll
you know,
ours.
just out of the 8 foot. So back
As far
line,
as you can on your side, Jenna.
you try to roll as far as you can towards the middle.
So
The
same
other
kind of
option
weight.
here is to go around your yellow ones, but again, that has to be absolutely perfect.
yeah.
Say what is the easier shot here? It's hard to tell. Like this rock is pretty buried. That's the last rock here for Lindsay and her team in the 3rd, currently facing 2.
Gotta bend.
This one needs to curl up for him. And it's gonna go by here, and it'll be a draw for 3 for Corinne.
same weight?
Just drawn.
Just needs a little more than half the 8 foot
Just needed to freeze to it.
to take a 2-point lead.
Or what? Wait, yeah. You don't want to pound it end to end?
So, Grin delivers. And full 8 foot. Doesn't have any backing. She comes to the yellow one, she won't be third. And the sweepers have backed off this one. Needs to put on the brakes. Hoping for a wick here. Looks okay. Heather will sweep it back and it will hit the yellow. And it'll be a score 3 for Team Brown here in the third end. They'll take the 4-2 lead. Head into the fourth. More action here from Kamloops in the Crown of Curling. And Tyler Tardy is going to be joining us for the fourth end here, so don't want to miss that. So stay tuned. That's coming up right after that.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
So maybe we'll put one there.
Yeah.
Okay, do it.
Jeez, Sarah. Line's good. Wait only, have a look. Skating. Line's good, it's curling lock.
Back here inside
Curling
the
locks.
Kamloops Curling Club. Score of 3 for Team Brown in the fourth end. Jordan Kiss with you now, joined by Tyler Tardy. Welcome to the broadcast, Tyler. If it works.
Okay. That's still curled.
I don't
It's
think
fine.
that one works.
Oh, this one does. Oh.
Try again, Tyler.
It's okay. It's still curled in two as well, so.
Huh. I'm gonna hold up a little bit. Marcia went for dinner, so our technical producer. I'll try to maneuver here and.
Okay, line's good. Make it tight.
Maybe it is working. Let me know. Like I can hear my headset. If you're watching, let me know if you can hear Tyler.
Yep.
That would be really helpful.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Just join the suite.
Should be right. Oh, that's really
Bit
weird.
more room. Let it work.
Maybe wait to the fifth end. So, Team Brown right now,
It's already on it.
their second rock here. I'm trying to worry about too many things at once here. I'm trying to get these mics so we can hear Tyler. Yeah, I'm definitely stressing out. I'm trying to do a game. I got all these buttons to push as well.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
anything. Hard for anything. Hard on the yellow, Ash. Hard on the yellow. Go on the yellow. Go. Go, go, go. Harder, harder, harder. Harder, 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 harder. What's that? That was 10-5.
Hello, curling world.
There we go.
Nice.
Now we're back.
Miracle.
All right, finally. Kind of lost track where we are in this end. But Team Hudyma sitting 2. So Tyler, welcome to the broadcast officially now. That we can hear you.
Give me a 10.
Playing in this spiel as well. You're on to the semifinals tomorrow. It's been a good weekend for you guys.
Yeah, good start. Yeah, we're playing well, and it's nice to have a bit of a break before our next game.
So Desiree now throwing.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Okay.
And we'll just come to the now. So, Tyler, I know you brought with you your calendars here. For those of you who don't know, Tyler's already we featured in the Mena curling calendar this year. How does it feel to kind of be asked to be part of that calendar?
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. It's definitely not something I ever expected myself to be in. But obviously it's pretty humbling, excuse me, to be a part of something like that and to be supporting so many great causes. It's a great feel good to be a part of it.
And of course, the proceeds you raise from the calendar sales will go to a charity. Could you explain to everybody what that charity is?
For sure, I got the Curling Canada Foundation. They help a lot of the youth in curling in Canada, and they've helped me a lot with some scholarships in the past. And we also have excuse me, another foundation where we're helping families who have a child with cancer, a blood disorder, and they're related in part to leukemia, and my dad's been working with a better cure for leukemia pretty much his entire career, so I kind of wanted to follow in the footsteps of that, along with helping out Curling Canada, who's been so supportive of me over the years.
Fantastic. And now, of course, you're at all the events you're at, you are selling them. So if people see you, they can buy it from you, and they can also get it online, I believe, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's but if you come to me, you can get it for a little cheaper. It's about $10 off because you don't have the shipping costs. So, yeah, if you come to me, I can give you a bit of a discount if you'd like.
So, of course, a reason to come to a curling event that Team Tardy's playing. You're going to be in Manitoba next weekend, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Kelowna the week after.
Yes.
Then
Red Deer,
and then busy month. Lots of time for you guys coming up.
Yeah, we got 5 events in a row, and then I got mixed doubles after that. So for me, I got 6 weeks straight of curling. So that'll be a good test and how long I can hold it together. So.
Does it? I guess you've kind of done it before, but does it get tiring after a certain amount of weekends in a row?
Yeah, for sure. It's especially mentally draining. I know in the past when about 3 years ago we had about 5 or 6 events in a row, and then another event we had the men's provincials before we headed off to Korea for the juniors, and that was definitely draining, and I think it made a bit of an impact on us personally, but I think in the past we've done a little better on planning closer to those big events, and yeah, it does get tiring in short.
Is there any way to prep yourselves, maybe mentally or anything, for these long weekends on the road, or back to back to back to back?
Yeah, I think a big thing, especially for junior teams, I know it's not exactly very common, but I think we do a lot as we plan and we figure out who we're playing when, what time, when we're going to bed, waking up, who we're playing, what sheet, just pretty much mapping out our entire event, and it gives us a little less stress to, because we know exactly what's going on at each part of the event.
So Team Hudyma right now looking good to score their 2. One behind the rings on the left and a chance to hit and stick here. That will come to the nose. Talking to Jordan a little bit about this earlier when he was on our last broadcast. I assume you don't get a lot of time to maybe watch a lot of teams curl, especially here on the women's side.
A little bit. We've had a fortunate draw this week where we've been able to come to the club, and the hotel's literally a 30-second walk from just across the road, and yeah, we've been able to come watch a little bit. I know personally I feel scouting is a big part of the sport these days, and it's nice to come out here, have your coach look for you, and get that little advantage where you can.
Now on the women's side here, there's so many good teams that could win it all this year. Is there any team in a particular on the women's side that you think can maybe surprise some people and win a BC Scotties title?
Watching this week, I think there's actually a lot of teams that are definitely in the running. You know, it's pretty much whoever's going to be hot in that 1 week. It's the same thing for the men's side, and pretty much any event you go to, it's just whoever's hot at the right time, and it'll all fall into place.
Corinne will hit and roll out. So open draw here for Lindsay to the right side. Of course, Tyler, you've been playing on this ice. It's been a little tricky in some spots, but overall, how do you feel about it? Mike Layer's right behind me, not ready to hear your answer.
Yeah, Mike does a fantastic job. Yeah, the ice has honestly been real close all week for speed, and you know, it's about 14 and a half, 15 seconds, which is usually pretty nice. So yeah, Mike's been doing a really great job on ice this week.
So Lindsay in the hack now to throw her first rock. Looks like she's actually going to go be behind the corner guard here, Tyler. Would you maybe, because you're already sitting one in that area, just split the rings?
Yeah, it's a thought. They may just know this path a little better, and I don't know if they've really seen too many in the earlier ends going to the right side of the sheet, so they may just be a little more comfortable playing this way. But pretty much just dealer's choice in this situation.
Aaron, get it deeper than this one if you can.
So we'll come to the
I think I can make that.
back 8, back 12, and Corinne saying
I think we just rip it. Like, I think
maybe it's partially open here. Make a double. Escape with a blank. Now, Tyler, being on the left-hand side of the sheet from where we're facing. If you're facing the other end of the hack, it's the right side. And you're a left-handed curler. I'm a left-handed curler. This is maybe a shot that a lefty would have a slight advantage on.
Yeah, for sure. We get a slightly different trajectory from the hack. I know in the past I kind of nerded out on some of the angles and looked at what shots lefties can make over some right-handed curlers, and yeah, there's definitely an advantage in certain situations like this.
So it looks like Corinne's gonna hit this one at the back 12. Kind of shoot over. I think at least hit the open one, and the worst you're giving up here is 2. She will hit the yellow.
Okay.
So draw to the 8-foot. Really good 12-foot for Lindsay to tie this one up, get her 2. So we are almost halfway through this one here in Kamloops. It's the crown of curling. Part of the BC Women's Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western. Jordan Kiston right now joined alongside with Tyler Tardy. So last rock here, end number 4. chance to tie the game. Sweepers will just watch this one come into the house, and it will be a score at 2 here. So we're tied up at 4 after 4 ends. We'll be back with that number 5. I assume Tyler will join us for one more end here.
You bet. I may even say the whole thing if you'll let me.
Oh, I'd love to have you the whole game. So lots more to come here from Kamloops, plus a little update on the other games going on. Still lots to be decided on the women's side for playoff seeding, and that is all to come right after.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never back down, full of heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
So we're set for end number 5 here of the Kamloops Crown of Curling. It's the 4th event on the BC Women's Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance, where Curl BC members can benefit from a discount on car, home, condo, and tenant insurance on top of any other savings, discounts, and benefits you are already eligible for. So when you do call Bel Air Direct, be sure to mention you are a Curl BC member. Let them know that Let them know you're a Curl BC member. They will give you your exclusive premium. So I'd like to thank Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC, and Original 16, the newest official beer of Curl BC. You can go to curlbc.ca to find out more on the partnership and how you can get Original 16 pouring on your taps in your curling club. So I'd like to thank Via Sport and the government of BC, who are supporting all events on the BC Curling Tours this season through hosting BC. So thank you to them for making this stream possible. Join a kiss with Tyler Chardy here. Team Brown versus Team Hudyma. Team Brown already having a spot in the playoffs. Still a seeding game for them as Corinne and Sarah Warwick are battling for the first seed. Sarah Warwick up 5-2 over Team Hanover, sheet 3. Now, Charlie, when you're going into a game like this where you've already known you've clinched a spot in the playoffs and doesn't matter win or lose, although it's still a little bit on the line, does your game plan or the way you approach this game may become a little more relaxed than what it normally would be?
Maybe in a sense, just because that we know we've qualified, but personally, it's still on the line for us, a lot on the line for us. We like to carry that momentum into the playoffs, and you never know. You may be guaranteed hammer the entire playoffs if you do win this game, and maybe something else happens in some other pools with a better record. So there's definitely always something on the line around the robin like this.
So update on the other scores right now over on sheet 1. Team Craig has a 4-3 lead over Team Cotter, and do or die in that one as they played the 4th. Then sheet 2, Team Wood, Team Yasui, Team Wood is up 2-1. Of course, as mentioned, sheet 3, Sarah Warwick leading Team Han 5-2. Team Han wins, they get a spot in the playoffs, and the team hoping they lose and needs a win is Team Pierce, who currently trail 5-2 over on sheet 7 against Diane Gushlak. A lot to go through here, Tyler, so bear with me on this one. There's a lot. Sheet 8, Team Thompson win, they make the playoffs. Lose, it's going to be a 3-way tie for the last spot in their pool. Team Thompson is up 4-1 over Team Ebby, and then the two teams that are hoping for Team Ebby win, Team Richards versus Team Margarian of Russia. Margarian is up 3-2. And of course, our feature matchup here. As Jenna hits and rolls out.
What side do you want?
Looks like they're going to peel the center guard here and go for a blank. Do you ever maybe consider, just drawing straight around it here?
You could think about it, but if you blank this end as the tied team, your odds go up for winning the game pretty good, and that's just because you got 2 hammers to 1 to their team. But in theory, you got 2 to 1 just because you score, then they score, then you get hammered in the last end. So you have a slight advantage if you blank this end being tied with.
So Jenna now will be asked to throw the center guard. Oh, I forgot an update over on sheet 6. Team Jonice up 4 to 1 over Team Richard. This is our 4th draw of the day. 8th draw in total. It's been an exciting week here at the Kamloops Curling Club. I have to give a shout out to Rob Norden and Mike Merklinger, and as well as all the volunteers here for another great event. First, we'll have men's quarterfinal action tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. That'll be Team Giel versus the winner of Team Cotter and Team Craig. And then at 12:30, it'll be the men's semifinal. I believe, Tyler, will be your game we'll be doing.
Sweet.
Yeah, another chance to live stream sheets. That'll be at 12:30, and then we'll have the women's final at 4 o'clock. So that's what's on tap for tomorrow. And if there is a women's tiebreaker game tonight, we will not be streaming it. I need sleep. That's safe to say. So peel is made again by Desiree, so we now get to third rocks here in the 5th end, and Heather Hansen will grow up the center guard. Tough situation to be if you're Team Hudyma here. You're trying to force, and you're pretty much just hoping for a miss from Team Brown at this point. How is this something you just take lightly? Just we'll just try to make our shots here and move on.
Yeah, I think you pretty much know 90% of the time you're blanking this end, but it's still a good time to get a slight edge over draw weight over the other team because they're peeling guards, and you get to just throw free guards for the rest of the end. So if you can really take advantage of that and get a good feel for your draw weight, that's pretty much the best you can do in this situation.
Good.
Aaron with the peel again. And another guy, they're going to go the other way this time. Is the Kamloops Crown of Curling. 4th event of 5. Men's and women's here this weekend. Next weekend, the Junior Tour will take over the Kamloops Curling Club for their 4th event of 5. Of course, Tyler, you're still a junior age, but decided to focus on men's this year. How has that been? How has that transition been for you from the of course, you've been playing in the men's side a long time, but now being full-time, how has that been for you?
Yeah, it's been tough, honestly. I think especially with the location of the Junior Nationals this year being my home club, it's obviously been a little tough, but at the same time, been wanting to do this for a long time, playing in men's and really climbing the tour as much as we can, so it's exciting at the same time.
What if we go biting? I think they'd still feel it.
Yep.
I think they really want to blank this one.
Yep. Clean.
And another peel here, and
Clean. Yep. Hard out, Desi.
getting a little close, and we'll roll out. Which is exactly what you want to do on the peel. Do you want to roll out?
Yeah.
That one just looks like it was
So, of course, Junior Nationals going to be here in Langley. So on the junior side, the winners of the provincials will have a chance to be the home team. Now, you had the opportunity to do so the first time you won a Canadian Juniors in Victoria. You're the host, your home team, and had the pleasure to win it as well on home turf. What was that experience like for you?
It was unforgettable, honestly. It's like we played in the Canada Games that was also in BC a long time ago, and I thought that was an experience and a half, and to do the juniors, which we've dreamed of doing for so long, it's a little extra special, and to win it as well, that was a huge bonus, and it's definitely something I'll never forget.
Mine's okay. Here it goes.
And as well, you've had the the honor of representing Canada at a World Championship on home soil as well. Did that last year, winning the gold medal. Is that a greater experience than to be in the home province and having the whole country behind your back?
They're both pretty incredible, and I think they're cool in different ways. Obviously, the Nationals was our first time winning it, and it was something I've dreamed of doing since I was 14 or 13, back when I was watching teams like Brendan Botcher win the juniors in the junior worlds, and thinking, I want to do this. So winning the first time was a cool experience in that regard. But yeah, representing the country in Canada was also pretty significant as well.
So Lindsay will draw to the 4-foot here. Corinne's going to try to hit it and stick.
Oh, yep.
We're on it early, right over her hand, but it should be fine.
Yep. Whoa, roll it. Go, 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 go.
And we'll roll to the 8-foot. Just an open hit here. You're going to try to roll to the middle a bit, Tyler, or just hit and just stick anywheres at this point?
Yeah, kind of depends. Sometimes teams like to throw it in the center just to make the roll either way as tough as possible. But sometimes the best spot to put it on the sheet is the side of the 12-foot, just because the ice is a little tricky out there. And I know I did it earlier today. I hit a rock out in the 12-foot that's pretty hard to stick, but I did it. And sometimes the best spot to put on the sheet is the easiest spot to put for the blank.
Lindsay will head in the hack too. Throw her last here. Make the red go away. That's what you mostly want out of this.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And we'll hit and roll towards the middle. So Corinne will head down and throw the peel weight hit to blank here in the 5th end. Take the hammer, like you mentioned earlier, kind of outnumber the hammers in this game 2-1, have the advantage. Corinne Brown, the hometown team here, one of the two on the women's side. Carly Thompson, the other.
Clean! Clean!
And the peel will be made, and we'll have a blank here in 5. So we will remain tied at 4 after 5 ends here at Kamloops at the Crown of Curling, and number 6 is on deck.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never back down, full of heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
And number 6 about to get started here in Kamloops at the Crown of Curling. It's draw number 8, the last draw before the playoffs. Jordan Kiss with Tyler Tardy here. Patty Wanham will get things going. I think Team Brown will like to score their 2 in this end, Tyler.
For sure, yeah. I think we'll see a little more aggression this end. This is definitely an end you want to go hard for your 2. Obviously not too hard. It's still best to score 1 if you need to. But yeah, definitely an end you really want to take advantage of.
5-4.
So that rock from Patty comes to the 8 foot, and Corinne's going to ask Ashley for the corner guard. Ashley Klimchuk.
Line's nice. It's curling early, really curling. Doesn't have to curl. Line's okay.
It's
Gotta
looking
sit.
pretty nice here.
Whoa, guys.
Also sliding a little
it's good.
deep, but will remain in the free guard zone.
Also open up the broom next time a little bit.
So Team Hudyma now, the rock off center line. You're gonna look to tap. Would you maybe play a center guard in this situation instead of playing your one in the house and try to keep things as close to the center line as possible?
Yeah, it's definitely a thought. I think maybe they're just playing this tap because it's off center and just trying to maybe get the play in the house, maybe even try to blank this end to even the hammers out. But yeah, definitely a center guard's a thought. Maybe force the play a bit to the center. Try to get a force out of this end is definitely something you may want to look at.
Yes! Hard! Yes! Hard!
So they will hit the inside of it. And they will play a partial split, but allowing Team Brown here to play the hit and roll. So hit and roll behind the corner guard. Here Corinne Brown say important to stay around.
Whoa.
All right, maybe plan B here.
Whoa. Try to roll your way, Aaron. Okay.
And we'll come to the nose.
10-4.
For Lindsay now. Second stones, Jenna Duncan. Again, right on the nose, or do you try roll over on top of your own?
Yeah, anywhere, as long as you're sticking around and not jamming, and just try to maybe roll a little bit to the right so there's no double end roll buried. If you nose it, I think you're pretty close to being able to get the double end to roll buried, so you may want to be a little careful of that. If you roll about a rock to the right, I think it just jams. That's pretty close.
11-2.
That'll be close. We'll wait and see here. I think if anything, the rock they hit first will kind of stick around in the 12-foot area.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
It's Desiree now, her first and 6.
Whoa. Yep. Yes. Whoa.
And we'll just get one and roll out.
9-6.
Now, safe to say, I was going to say maybe peel the corner guard. Again, that brings the blank into play. We're going to throw a tight one here. Is that really saying that Team Hudyma now really going hard for the force?
Yeah, maybe. I'm a little shocked she's not pitting this just because she is electing to throw it in the house, so that kind of suggests she wants to play this pretty defensive. So if you're doing that, you may as well peel the guard, in my opinion. Otherwise, if you're trying to force, I think you'd probably just throw a guard.
Whoa, let it die.
This one's over curling.
Whoa.
But then again, I trust she's got something in mind, and she's a skip. She makes the calls, and they're doing pretty well earlier this season. So I think, do what you got to do, I guess.
Exactly.
Do we think all of them cut? I don't think so. I think I need to give more.
Any shot's a good shot as long as you make it.
Exactly.
For the most
Yeah.
part.
That's right.
How do you think this is
So,
cutting too?
the overkill a little easier for the roll now for Desiree.
It was for sure on her first.
Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Hard! Okay, you're just gonna nose. Okay.
So on the nose.
Can't seem to get that spot.
You hear
Can't
Corinne
seem to
there,
get
just
that
struggling in
spot.
that spot there. Not too sure where to put the broom. And
Yep.
the way this ice has been is, Tyler, it's super important to make sure you put the broom in the right spot. Because again, we've seen some rocks take off, seen some rocks stay straight.
For sure, yeah. It's definitely ice you want to pay attention on, and definitely paying attention the entire game and figuring out where you want to put the broom. I think it's a team effort. I know my guys are good for that. I see Alex in the reflection behind me, and so I'm tooting his horn a little bit, but yeah, he does a good job of keeping me in line and helping me figure out the ice, and it's a team effort out here for sure.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's fine.
I think that's what you say of how reading the ice is a team effort. 'Cause for most people, it's the skip's job. It's the skip's job to do that. So, as a skip yourself, how I assume it takes a little bit more pressure off you knowing that you have other people on your team that can help you figure things out instead of just relying on you to make sure that you know the ice and where it's going to curl and where it's not going to curl.
For sure, yeah. I think our team is pretty much all skips in a sense. We're all watching the ice, figuring out the speeds, and I'm pretty much just watching throws and seeing how theirs move differently, and they're keeping the times, seeing different paths, and really keeping an eye on different weights. And I think it's a great team effort. And you're not really going to fully figure out the ice unless you're all working as a team to figure it out.
So another hit and roll out here for Team Brown. Team Hudyma just content on throwing this rock top 12 because Team Brown haven't shown that they've been able to make the roll. I think eventually, you're leaving Team Brown with the same shots, even a little different spaces multiple times in a row. I think eventually they're going to have to make one.
Yeah, I think it looks like this spot may be a little tricky, and that may be why they're just throwing it in the same spot. So I guess, again, whatever works for you is what you got to do, and they seem pretty confident in what they're doing, so I guess we'll see how it pans out.
Hard! Yep! Oh.
Does that look close, Yellis?
So over on sheet 8, Team Thompson,
Do you want
a
less?
score of 3 and 5 now, hold a 7-2 lead over Team Ebby. Of course, Team Thompson wins, they will clinch themselves a spot in the playoffs and avoid tiebreakers in their pool. So the guard left high here, chance for Aaron to play the freeze. It's the last of the third rocks.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a shot you really want to take your time on. I think the whole team probably expected that they're throwing a hit on that last shot just because they called it to go in, so you may want to just take an extra second and figure it out. The speed and the line, which it looks like they're pretty close, so yeah, great team shot.
So we'll come to the top 4. Still the yellow shot stone right now. So a chance for Team Hudyma now to kind of lock it down. Corner freeze this red one. I don't see much else you would do.
Yeah, there's not really a ton of options for yellow here. You obviously want to protect theirs in the back tee line area there.
Yeah.
This is definitely a pretty safe way to do it. You obviously don't want to bump off and move a double of any sort. So light is definitely the tolerance here. But obviously, again, not too light because you don't want to leave them the same shot, and you may be looking at 3 later on this end. So I guess you just got to be pretty perfect.
Yeah. I mean, if you're wide, you know, you leave a double. So, you know, throw the right way, leave a double. So light, you know, top 8's probably the maximum you want here. You don't even have to corner freeze.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's somewhere in the vicinity of being in front of it and kind of blocking off getting to that back yellow one is pretty much ideal.
Yeah, line. Yeah, line. Hard line.
So trying to keep it straight here. It's pretty close.
Deep.
Will do the job.
Yeah. We had used
Or maybe not completely. It makes it a little difficult. It looks like the
Maybe a slight overcurl there.
yeah. Looks like it's still there for Corinne.
Tolerance is definitely light here, though. Yeah, it's going in there.
So again, come down and sit right on top of the yellow one. And a key shot rock.
3.
Yeah, and a key shot here for Corinne. If you make this, your chances of 2 are pretty good, and maybe even a 3 is in play. So definitely want to take our time here and make that slight adjustment from Aaron's shot.
Sorry, just sticking.
Corinne now in the hack. Her first rock here in 6. Smart for line. It's gonna be close. It's all about the weight right now. They're by, and they will be shot, but they are back of the button.
Yeah, because if we bump it, then she has. So
I think you sit right on top of this one if you're Lindsay here, Tyler. And you're almost guaranteed to steal a point.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good if you make this shot. If you can can't quite see straight behind the sheet, but it looks like they can get pretty close to nose. But yeah, if you make this shot, you're looking pretty good to fourth for sure.
Shoot.
So come right to this red one again. Light's okay here. It's not going to be an easy draw for 2 for Corinne.
Tiny tap is okay. We just don't really want to move it too far. So just freeze.
Here, Lindsay there. Just freeze.
Yeah, I was thinking I could throw similar and you guys could sweep it.
It's going to ask Heather for a little less ice. So last rock for Team Hudyma here in 6. Tied without the hammer.
It's gotta bend. It's gotta bend. Yes! Hard!
This is again looking really nice here.
Whoa!
I'm gonna play a little bump, and it is
It's a very nice shot.
that yellow sitting one
Nice call.
top of the pin there. And is there anything, Tyler?
Whew.
I don't think you can do anything.
Don't see much.
I don't
That was
think
a
you can
great
do anything.
shot. I think the only thing maybe for a multiple is that corner run, but obviously you're running into some pretty big dangers with that, so you're most likely just giving them the the point there, say a nice shot, and try again next end.
And like I said, that's what's going to happen here. Corinne's going to throw it through the house here, conceding the 1 point. Yeah, there's not much. I think you're more likely to give up, give up 2 than you are to score 1.
Absolutely.
You are,
yeah.
aren't you?
That's definitely not something you want to do in the 6th end. So this is probably a smart call.
So they will throw it through here, and Team Hudyma will pick up the steal of 1 here in 6. They'll have a 5-4 lead. Team Brown will have the hammer heading into 7. Final 2 ends coming up here in Kamloops. It's the Crown of Curling, and more action is on deck.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Do the same as we did. Yeah, I don't hate that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's be sharp here, guys.
End 7 about to get underway here in Kamloops. It's the Crown of Curling. Jordan Kiss alongside Tyler Tardy. Steal a 1 for Team Hudyma. In 6, they have the 1 point lead. Corinne Brown will have the hammer here. Now, we talked about the last end at the beginning, Tyler, of how Corinne will love to score their 2 in the last end, and have the keep the hammer here in the last end. Now for them, is it maybe a change of game plan here of trying to blank, or is it some teams will prefer to blank in this situation? So would you think that might be their game plan here?
Yeah, it's pretty much every team's different. Obviously, some teams like being down 1 with more than like being up 1 without. So considering the fact that she's drying out of the wing, it's clear that she's being pretty defensive this end, so likely they'd rather be down 1 with than up 1 without. So yeah, they're just going to try to keep this end pretty basic, and obviously the Hudyma team is going to try to push the ante a little bit to try to say, no, we're not going to let you blank this end and put as much pressure on you as you can.
Good throw. Good judge, you guys.
So that rock from Ashley will come to the tee line, and Team Hudyma will just play the hit on it. Again, you would like to force here, but again, you don't want to allow the Red Rocks to pile up in this situation, because you can't really win the game here in 7, but you could definitely lose the game.
Yeah, for sure. I'm guilty myself. Lost a lot of games in the 7th end when didn't necessarily need to go too hard as I most likely did. So yeah, it's something you'll learn over the years. Obviously, in juniors, I did some pretty stupid stuff, not gonna lie. So yeah, hopefully my old age has taught me a little bit more.
So the hit's made, and Corinne's gonna ask Ashley to hit it right back. Update over on some other games right now. Sheet 1, Team Craig, Team Cotter. Looks like Team Craig is up 5-4. Let's let you get underway in the 6th end. And Team Wood up 5-3 for Team Yasui. Of course, the winner of those 2 will go to the playoffs. And I believe Team Jonice picked up the victory over Team Richard over on Sheet 6. So Team Jonice will advance. Sheet 3, Sarah Warwick still has a 5-2 lead over Team Han of China as they are on skip rocks. Looks like the last rock in the 6th end. Of course, Team Han loses and Team Pierce wins. There will be a tiebreaker, but Team Gushlak leading Team Pierce 7-3 as they play 6. And Team Richards, team.
Nice shot.
I can't remember that anymore. I've said this so many times.
Let's go, 9-5.
Margarine?
Margarian?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've
gotta
said
ask
it
him
so
when
many
it's on.
times. I asked him yesterday. I did their game yesterday too. In the middle of the game, I kind of forgot how to say it. Margarian. Now they're currently tied at 4. Both those teams hoping Morgane Abbey and her team make a miraculous comeback on cheat 8 as they are down 7-2 to Team Thompson.
Straight. Straight. Clean.
And Desiree makes the hit. And Team Hudyma now going to try for the roll. It's a long ways to roll here, but definitely makeable. And we'll roll a little better here to the 4 foot. And Corinne looks like an attempt to roll the other way. Last of the second stones here, Desiree Haas.
Whoa! No, it's gonna curl. No, you're good. Straight. Straight.
Sorry, guys.
And will hit on the nose, and a little shorter roll now for Team Hudyma to go behind their center. Sweepers haven't touched this one yet. Needs to curl up for him. And they will hit just off the nose there.
10.
And then the hit and rolls being again one of the more harder shots to make on this ice, Tyler.
Yeah, and honestly, hard enough to make on any ice. Doesn't matter how good it is. The hit and roll is probably one of the hardest shots in curling, which has been talked about for a couple of years now. And yeah, it's especially here. You know, I know in this spot when we played on the sheet, it was a little tricky. So I don't know. It looks like we got a pretty good handle on it right now. But yeah, definitely a hard shot, no matter where you're playing.
Hard.
Yeah. Will again hit and roll to the wings here. So right now, I think it's going the way Team Brown are hoping for. Team Hudyma is still gonna try for that roll. Heather Hansen, her last rock.
And this may be a situation where you may want to just nose it for a few shots so that the roll, when you do make it, it's not behind the tee line.
And we'll take it here, and Corinne's going to peel this one off. So Team Brown more than happy to have the hammer down 1 coming home. Of course, you could draw if you wanted to, but again, you risk of only getting 1, even stealing the 1 here when there's really no need for any risk right now.
For sure, yeah, and they went to the wing earlier this end, so that it's a good indicator that they want to blank this end, and it looks like you can check that off the list this end if you just keep on peeling, keep them at basic, and going into the last end in the situation you want to be.
So they will hit, but they will stick up there. So maybe now the force is on here for Team Hudyma. Draw around the corner guard.
Gotta get a new set of hands, I think.
It is going to be the call. So it's the miss Team Hudyma was hoping for.
See if we can dig it out. Yeah.
Okay, draw around.
But still not certain to force yet, of course.
Key line.
If it's open, Corinne can hit it and we'll try to roll away most likely. Or maybe now that Corinne, that corner guard is up and say Lindsay does make it, do you maybe now try for your skips deuce?
Yeah, for sure. If you make it good, I think there's a pretty good chance that someone's scoring this end. So you may want to just turn it around and maybe get your deuce and do whatever you can to essentially not get forced this end.
So an important draw here for Lindsay and her team.
Line's good. Bend it. Yep. Go. Yep.
I'm going to finish this one off.
Hard.
And that looks very nice from Lindsay there. Well, we can make that any better, and Corinne's gonna try to freeze to it here and then try for her two.
Yeah, the Hudyma team put it in a great spot, pretty much as good as you could have asked for, and there's not a whole lot of room for error on this shot. Definitely got to take your time and figure out the exact line, the exact weight, and make sure you sweep it to pretty much a very small margin of error for this one.
So corner freeze the yellow.
And be shot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
So Corinne delivers her first. Sweepers are at the end of here. It's very close. This is looking really nice.
Cool.
Oh, that is another beauty. The skips making two great draws here in the seventh end.
And a bit of
Or
a
just
game
make it
saver
perfect,
there. You
that's
know,
fine.
chunk off, you get forced, and your chances of winning go down pretty significantly. So, big
Yeah, that
pressure
was
shot,
weird.
and that's a good one for your skip to have.
Strange, eh?
So Lindsay could, again, corner freeze it maybe. Do you try to go behind it in the back 8 foot?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know. You can get shot frozen and not leave a pretty easy shot for two, so you're most likely playing the draw around here.
Hair wide on the.
So Corinne makes a big one here, and Lindsay looking to make one herself.
Yeah, definitely.
Needs this one to be perfect to force Team Brown to their single, and then you'll have the hammer tied coming home to the last end.
Yeah, she shot. It should be wide open. Because it was just buried. Looks like it's already over.
Gotta bend. Slow. Gotta bend.
So it looks like it's got a little more weight here. Well, again, it's pretty close.
Yeah, go.
All right, we're gonna get another beauty. Oh man, another great draw.
To the inside. Oh, you have room.
Not sure if they're shot, but if they are,
So you gotta throw a decent
I'm
amount to
pretty
get
sure
that.
you can get to nose and just make the nose double. And your red one will
No, I think they
doesn't
are.
look like it'll go anywhere. May spin back about a rock. But if it's this close, I'd be inclined to play the double just to make sure.
You know, it's tough to tell. You have the overhead cam here, but it's
think
not helping much.
I think it's yellow.
Yeah.
We got about 10 people in the crowd saying it's yellow, so I guess majority wins.
Yeah, I think that's too close to
Yeah,
tell.
exactly.
Yeah. So like I said, Tyler, if it's close enough, just play the hit to make sure.
Yeah. Take a poll.
PO8. Just a hair.
So they are gonna throw peel weight out. They can't see enough of it. You know, half a rock will do it.
Yeah, I think just the way the rocks are lined up with this, you may actually have to throw this pretty hard to make sure that spills out of the 8-foot. So yeah, you have to throw this decently hard, but you really want to make sure you stick your shooter in the middle rock.
It's kind of hit as much as you can see, I think. The more inside you can get, the better chance that yellow has of going out. So it is a shot for 2 here for Corinne.
Some great freezes from the skips this end, and
yeah, skips
all comes down to this, I guess.
Yep, skips put on a show here in the 7th end.
Absolutely.
3 perfect shots, and Corinne looking to make it 4. Down by 1 here in 7.
Wow! Yep!
This is looking perfect here. Everything will go, and the shooter will hang around. Another great shot from Corinne Brown. Gets her 2 and 7. She'll have a 6-5 lead going into 8. Team Hudyma will have the hammer. We'll have that for you coming up right after this. Don't go away.
Cheers to the 16 guys who never back down. And to the smooth, refreshing beer with a real beer taste. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
Top 4 and then tight, is that what we do? Yeah. Okay. We can throw in the end, I think, eh? Yeah. I'm going to open you up. Yeah.
So 8th end underway here in Kamloops. It's the crown of curling. Or the BC Women's Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, or the official hotel at Curl BC, where Curl BC members can use this corporate ID code of 0150-4820 to receive discounted rates up to 19% when you book a room at a Best Western hotel. You can do this online or by calling 1-800-WESTERN. I'd also like to thank Original 16, the new official beer of Curl BC. Not just being announced on Thursday, as that rock from Ashley comes into the house here, and Team Hudyma looking to score their 2. Jordan Kiss with Tyler Tardy.
And a bit of a chance on the other sheet. Team Richards is hitting to lie 7 with hammer. Possible chance for 8 this end, maybe.
No, most definitely. Yeah, they're now sitting
7.
6 of them are buried. But,
I think we can still go the same
Margaret
way.
Lane will most likely not let that happen. But we have a exciting game on our sheet here as well, Tyler.
Yeah.
As the corner guard comes from Lindsay, we'll keep a close eye on it.
A couple exciting things happening in this game.
We'll let you know if there's a shot for 8.
Line's good. It's got to curl here. You got to cross center. Whoa, you're fine. Whoa, doesn't have to curl. Whoa. Got to sit. Gotta sit. Sit down, baby.
So this one will come in front of their own here.
I think we gotta come here.
Because this one is buried, I think Team Hudyma is going to have to go after it and at least get in there.
Yep, for sure. And maybe tap it back a bit and have a little more room in the 4-foot for your final draw.
Sorry. Team Margaret now has a in off here. You hit the yellow one. You're not going to give up bait here. And they'll make a pretty nice shot over there. Oh, that's a beauty. Of course, we didn't get a chance to see it, but she
makes an in-off to live shot.
Yeah, Arena there. In off. Seven in off. Rolls right to the button. And we're talking about the last end, how hitting rolls with a harder shot. She made that look easy. But man.
If that's not a pressure shot, I don't know what is.
And Team Richards over there now, like, what do they do? You got 6 rocks in front of that one.
Jeez. Looking like you're getting 8, and how do you score?
Anyways, back to sheet 4 here.
I get a little distracted.
Don't see an 8-ender every day, or at least a chance for it, so
You're all over the guard.
make the most of it. So this one will come to the guard here. And they will tap. It's yellow on a second shot there at the back 4. And Team Hudyma now just going to peel these red ones off. That Richards game is actually they're only in the 6th end right now.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Yeah, we're in 8, they're in 6. So here, a peel attempt for Jenna. And we'll get both the reds moving. Opens things up now. And Team Brown, you're trying to steal in this end. You don't want to go into an extra, but you also don't want to give up the 2 as well.
For sure, yeah. Steal is great, but obviously you don't want to go too hard for it, and all of a sudden the other team has a shot for 2, so you still want to be cautious. The Hudyma team a little unfortunate where that red one rolled. It kind of blocks the jar the button path a little bit.
Let it work a bit. Line's good. It's gotta go, Ash. Go, Ash.
Well, Ashley now trying to make it curl.
Gotta go, Ash. Go.
Want to sit in front of their own rock here.
Hard, Ash. Keep going. Hard, Ash. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good.
And that is a great guard from Desiree.
Keep doing it. I don't know.
There's going to be another peel here.
Do you think? What do you like doing instead? Kind of giving them a win if we don't. This might jump ours in. You think so? What do you think?
Peel is made from Jenna Duncan.
Yeah.
The yellow one will hang around there.
Yeah.
So another guard here. Do you pretty much guarding for your life right now if you're Team Brown?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a little early to maybe make a hit and roll play on that to guarantee an extra at the worst. If they even do that. Looks like they have a pretty good feel for where to put this guard and how to ice it and throw the weight. So if that's what they're going to do the rest of the end, looks like they have a good handle on it.
So third rocks now here in 8. Aaron Pincott.
Line's close. Room right now. Got a curl. Hallway hard.
We're on sheet 1, Team Carter versus Team Craig. Team Carter has fought back to tie it up as they play 7. That is currently tied at 5 apiece. Again, do or die game for both those teams.
Good throw.
That guard just under curls a bit for Team Brown, so a chance here for Team Hudyma to come in. Do you try to roll to the right, or you kind of want to stick in the forefoot, Tyler?
It's tough, because if you roll over onto the right, you're most likely giving Team Brown a double here. So as long as you make this one go and most importantly stick around, at least you're forcing the opposition to make a good shot.
Bend it! Hard, Patty! Hard, Patty! Hard!
And they will hit, and they will stick, which is a good thing here. That could be one of the rock that decides this game here.
10.
So Team Brown going to hit and roll behind. So over on sheet 8, a huge steal of 3 for Team Ebby in 7. They are now tied with Carla Thompson. So if mentioned before, if Carla Thompson wins, she is in the playoffs. If Team Ebby wins, she'll get into a tiebreaker with Team Thompson, along with the winner of sheet 5 between Team Margareyan and Richards.
Anything, Ash, anything. Go. Okay.
Team Thompson had a 7-2 lead in that one, and in 2 ends, that lead has disappeared.
Wanna throw hammer board?
Careful. Play through well. Weight was good.
So Aaron makes the hit on the yellow, and hack weight here. Looks like try for nose.
Bend it. Hard, Patty. Hard, Patty. Hard, Patty. Hard.
Yeah.
Go. Nice.
So they will hit and they will roll, but I think the tough thing with that one, Tyler, is that they are behind the tee line.
Yeah, for sure. And a little dangerous with the way Corinne Brown's been making some of these freezes
15.
lately. So definitely unfortunate it's back button, but obviously a pretty big shot here for Team Brown.
As we're now on to skip rocks here in 8. Corinne, just come to this yellow one. Even if you're buried top 4, it's going to be tough to give up 2 to Team Hudyma.
That still looked like a lot of ice.
And up 1 without the hammer here.
Okay. Line. Hard line.
So we're on it early for line here. And starting to move towards the guard now. Is by. And she
Great shot.
will tap freeze Corinne Brown.
She's making a lot of those this game.
Coming up big when it matters the most here late in this game. 2 perfect shots in 7 and another one here in 8. Now for Team Hudyma. Still trying to get your 2 here, but also don't want to cut things off so you're not going to be able to score your 1.
I want to get to 3/4.
What was the time on that?
So maybe
Okay, it's fun.
enough room to tap and maybe create some separation between the red and the yellow.
Yeah,
Or do
I
you
think
just
you can get shot? Pretty much play the same thing that Corinne did. The Hudyma team also has a pretty good hand on the draw away from the skipper here. So another big shot. I guess it's gonna come down to the skips 2 ends in a row, I guess.
Absolutely here. Just taking a look where exactly they need to freeze on this one.
For sure, yeah, not a shot you really want to rush. Take as much time as you need to increase the odds of you making it, and
Yeah, if you
whatever works for you.
throw the freeze on it, and if you over curl and Team Brown's sitting 1, they lock it down, you're not going to have a, or you're going to have an angle to probably score one here.
Yeah, if they overcurl and red still shot, you may actually see Corinne ignore that, because if they try to freeze, they may leave some sort of double there and pretty much lose the game out of nowhere in that situation, obviously. Looking a little too far ahead, but yeah, you may even just see them chuck a guard up and block up that draw path as much as they can.
So Lindsay here will head down, you throw it here. And looks like play some weight at this, like, you know, back four weight. Just a little tap. You know, allow yourself to remove the red one in the forefoot on your last, if you are able to, because it's over buried right now.
For sure, yeah. You may want to tap that back. It may you need a pretty steep angle on that to be shot and frozen, so you may want to move it back as much as you can, which looks like about a quarter rock, and especially when it's this close to the button, every inch counts. So I love the call here.
So it's her first here in 8. We're off it for line. Signaling it's up.
Really got to bend. Hard, Patty. Hard, Patty.
Just got to curl to touch the red one here.
Hard. Roll it.
And it will, and it'll.
Are we still shot?
Well, who's shot rock here?
I think we just do go again.
Corinne's just going to
Make her
do
drop.
the same thing, and then Lindsay will
What do we have there?
have a draw to the button for 1 and to force an extra.
Yeah, I think I'd throw a hair less than that.
Yeah,
just
I think
'cause
regardless
it's
of
there
who
on
shot,
its own kind of thing.
shot's probably the same. Can't tell who shot. Maybe we need another vote from the crowd. But
Okay, just throw one in there, Des. We need your hair less just because that was there on its own.
So, same spot here, top 4.
Tolerance is definitely light here, guys.
Corinne say tolerance, light's okay, you plug the hole. You might have to rely on the measure.
I think if Corinne said light's okay, they're probably shot.
This one is light and will hit off the guard. So we're going to take a look at this. I think you draw for your 1 here. Then you'll measure to see if Team Hudyma will win or go to an extra. Needs full 4.
Makes the draw a bit different, right? Sorry,
We do have a final. Sheet 3, Sarah Warwick picking up the victory. She'll go undefeated through the round robin. Of course, if Corinne Brown, she'll go undefeated as well, and we'll have to see how they figure out the tiebreaker, who gets the number 1 seed on the women's side. Women's semifinals going down tomorrow at 12:30. So last rock for Lindsay Hudyma. It's a shot for 1 for sure. Could be a shot for the win.
Little light. Gotta go. Gotta go, guys. Gotta go. Keep going.
So they're on this one for weight. Needs full 4. Patty and Jenna working hard. It is light, and I think we're going to have a measure here. No, they're going to shake. So it was red sitting 1, and Corinne Brown will pick up the victory here. They will go undefeated through the round robin and have either the 1 seed or the 2 seed. Team Hudyma will finish off 1 and 4. And that will do it for our coverage here of draw number 8. For the remaining scores, please go to curlingzone.com. Unfortunately, due to our cameras, we're not going to be able to move to another sheet right now. But Tyler, thank you for joining me here this evening.
Well, thanks for having me. It was a fun game to watch.
Good. All the best tomorrow. Look forward to calling your semifinal matchup tomorrow.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
So
Easy on us.
Yeah, I'll do my best. So we'll be back again tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, men's quarterfinal. Team Gale versus the winner of Sheet 1, Team Craig versus Team Cotter, which is going on right now. They are tied up in the 7th end. So until then, enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you again very soon. Final here from Kamloops Crown of Curling, Team Brown 7, Team Hudyma 5.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Cheers to the 16 guys who never back down. And to the smooth, refreshing beer with a real beer taste. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.